Good morning to all the new members and to the old members that have found their way back. I need you as much as you need me in this fine community. This morning, before I get into the intro, I want to go over a few things that have caught my eye this morning. As we can see, Bitcoin, the shorts are losing their shorts, figuratively speaking and realistically speaking. Bitcoin's up another 936 points today, up to 52,774. Another volatile swing up. We've got XRP sitting up at 2.47% up at 55.11. The market cap for XRP is up 746.7 million. And as some of you know, we bought VeChain back when it was at around 1.5, and now VeChain's up to 4.5. So we're up over 200% right now on our VeChain holdings. For anybody who had bought that with us, it's up 27.5% today. And it's just ripping right now. It's got a resistance up here at a nice pivot point. I'm not going to stick on this long. I'm just going to show it before the intro. But we did bounce off of the formation that we're in for some time. And now our technical target, as we know, I put it up here before it ever started moving, up to 6.1. It looks like it's well on its way to there. So if you're part of VeChain and you bought it with us, congratulations. We're up over 200% right now on VeChain. And then on Zill, looks like it's starting to catch up as well. So just pay attention to that with VeChain. Pay attention to your risk. And make sure you pay attention to that 6.1 level, because that's where it looks like it's coming in a very quick fashion. So it's going to be a very, very important update this morning. It'll be a lot of information here. We'll go everywhere from XRP. We hit VeChain before it even started, just so everybody could see. But we're going to hit XRP. We'll hit Bitcoin to start. We'll look at the dominance of Bitcoin, and then we'll come through XRP and the market cap of XRP, and then I'll decide if I want to hit XLM and XDC and stuff like that at the very end of this video. So stay tuned to the back end if you're looking for something outside of XRP or Bitcoin on this morning's update. Please make sure to hit that like button as I do this intro so that you can help me force YouTube to recommend this video and more people can help show up. If you own XRP, stay strong. These are not the cycles of history where you get rid of an accumulation. Oh, I seen some comments last night at some people that got rid of XRP around 56 cents. We'll see how that works out for you. But right now, the grand scheme for me is not selling XRP in the cents. I didn't buy it at 34.6 again to rebuy it back after selling it at $1.66 in the bear market rally of 21, just to get rid of it back in the cents. So have an honest look where you're going with XRP this morning, and have an honest opinion of what you think can actually become realistically done in the future. But also ask yourself, why would you be buying it in the cents if you're just going to sell it in the cents? So let me get to the intro, and we're going to get into a deep dive here. So good early morning, 9:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Thursday, February 15th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So a lot of volatility this morning, a lot of positivity. Bitcoin's up another 1,000 points here. If we start at Bitcoin so that we can see where we're heading with XRP, we came up to the top of the broadening wedge now. If we push out of this broadening wedge, which the resistance right now is about 53,298. The high we came up to so far, let's go into the 30 minutes so we can get an accurate depiction. And we see where we're coming again. We're coming again up to a formation where we got some top heavy pressure in the 30 minute. We got a nice volume spike. And that's 1,000 Bitcoin were bought in just about 20 minutes or so. Our resistance right now is that 53,000 level, 53,070. And then if you get above this little pivot up here, it's 53,298. That's actually a rather significant point on this pattern, believe it or not. I know it's close to the other setup, but it's actually a pretty important part of this pattern. That pivot point, you got to go a little bit farther back, but you start to see when we would come through, we just volatilely swing down. So we've had wicks in the area, but with the way it's set up right now, I'm keeping the 53,298 intact just because it does show us this is right here. So this is the important part of this. So it came down here, and when it came down to support, it bounced up. But once it came through here, we had volatile bring down. So to me, that's a nice pivot layer on Bitcoin. And once again, Bitcoin's up 1,000 points this morning. So we're gonna monitor the risk of cryptocurrency with Bitcoin. As to commodities, what gold and silver is to commodity stocks is the same thing Ethereum and Bitcoin is to altcoins. So just pay attention to that. So that's Bitcoin, and it's off to a very nice start here already this morning. XRP's at 51.22 cents, up 2.68% on the day. XRP is tempting right now. It's flirting with breaking through this resistance. This 200-day right now in the daily is right at 556. We came up there once, and right now we're trying to get over that area. So 556 is what we're trying to break this morning. And then you break through that, you've got volatility to the upside. There's not much in between that resistance at 66. What is this? 66.6 cents, ironically. So 0.666 will be our showdown. That's a showdown area. If we do continue to maintain some support here, that is a huge volatile area. And if you're an XRP holder, to sell right now, it just doesn't seem right. If you sell right now after everything we've been through the last several years, if you get rid of XRP now before the big move, I mean, just look at VeChain. If you're part of VeChain holdings, it took forever for this move to happen. It felt like after we bought at 1.5, 1.6, now it's up to 4.6 almost. After a nice 27% volatile swing here today. I'm expecting to see something like that with XRP in the near term. All of a sudden, we're going to be up 20, 25, 30% on a wick. Right now, we know that descending triangle formation, but the overall pattern, if we get into this, is we still got to get up to 60 cents and break that. That's a big resistance level as well, around 5.95. I like 60 cents. And then if we push past there, then you push that rising channel resistance. But we've got to get out of this short-term formation. If XRP gets out of the short-term momentum here, or the short-term consolidation, it's opening up the door for a bigger move. Bitcoin doing what it's doing already today, starting out hot, up almost 1,000 points, opening up the door. XRP's nice consolidation yesterday should help lead to more positive price action. If we look at the 2-hour time frame, we've already bounced way off of it. It's time to look at the 4-hourly now because we have a looming golden cross. So right now we're about to have a golden cross. It's going to happen in the next 1 hour and 4 minutes. So the developing story this morning is that XRP golden cross will be confirmed in one hour. It's going to go through unless you had a volatile drop in this next hour where the price action comes down to somewhere around the 52-cent level, I would say. You're getting this bullish cross here, or the golden cross in the 4-hourly with the 50 or the 20 coming through the 50. You've already had the 50 come through the 100 now. Some people like to use the 50, 100, 200 instead of the 20, 50, 100, 200, which means the 50 would have to come through the 100 or the 200, which it's still got some room to do. So we're looking for a volatile swing up. I'm going to continue to say that XRP is set up for a volatile spike. One could call an explosive move. More than likely, that explosive move is going to come to the top side. So just pay attention to this morning. We are in a very opportunistic moment. This is not the moment in history I would be selling. There's no way I would be selling when Bitcoin is on the verge now of pushing up. It's at about 52,700. There's just something bigger than meets the eye here going on with XRP. We've got broader movement on crypto where it's becoming more of an explosive moment here. It really, really is. And if anybody was buying yesterday with precious metals, I talked about B2 gold was down at $2.45. It's up 10 cents today at 4%. It was the easiest 4% you could have ever made. So pay attention to precious metals as well. The DXY hit its technical move. It just missed 105.07. It was right there, though. It came up to that technical area. We'll lower this to the resistance now because that's what it's proving, that this now became a resistance. And it's very, very important to understand the DXY. The DXY is very important with these short-term swings. It came up here and failed, so now we need to see if the DXY is going to continue to... Actually, I'll keep this here just so we can see where the technical move was. We'll see if it comes down and consolidates and then bounces back up, or if this is the end right now. If this is the end of the DXY and it's really going to start bouncing down here, it would be interesting timing for what's going on in crypto, but don't just expect that to happen just right away. We need to break down this support level still of 104.08 and break back within this, actually 104, get below 104 and break into that formation. So monitor your risk with the DXY. It's very volatile. Watch precious metals. It's very volatile. And we had a gift. We had a gift. There's no doubt about that. We had a gift with B2 Gold and Fortuna Silver Mines, if that's where you're at. But B2 Gold's a 6% plus dividend right now. But back to crypto. XLM right now, to comparatively look how XRP is doing, is at 11.6 cents, or up 1.91%. We'll start to be able to get a making of the market. Have a golden cross in the 3-hourly. I'm pretty sure it's looming in the 4. Yep, just like XRP, it's looming. And then if you've noticed, my chart is not made up on the back end here. I don't even know what this is, but my chart is not done. I brought in a new chart. I didn't even know anything was on this one. I deleted my old one. Well, I didn't delete it, but I wanted to set up something new with XLM. I wanted to set up this structure real quickly because there's a 2-tier setup, but I wanted to do it with everybody. So here's that resistance that in time we seem to be coming towards for XLM, and I think the best way to show you the formations is to just show you how to do them so that in time you'll be able to just, especially if you're new. If you're older, you probably know how to do this, but if you're a newer viewer, I want in time for you to be able to just take a chart out, not have to even see me, be able to look at it and be like, okay, let's set up this setup. So in the immediate short term, this is the most important setup for XLM. If it breaks up, we're looking up at about that 16.8 range possibly if it continues to play true. Now, we do have a smaller zone that we have to watch. It's not just what we picked up on. You still have to watch the shorter transaction here. And that means that we could get a rejection here before we ever make its way to the top of the defined pattern. So now I'm taking it in a shorter, I'm encapsulating it into a shorter perspective here to see if, in fact, we're bullish enough to break to that top side of 16 cents or at least give it a run. But in order to do that, you've got to figure out the technical analysis leading into it. And that's why I spend so much time doing this, because it literally, from the time that I just came on to here doing XLM, look at the blueprint we just figured out. So that is our smaller zone. And then if we do have a breakout attempt. So right now we would be pushing up to roughly 13.5 cents if we stay true. We're looking to get over the daily time frame of 11.7. The 200-day roughly is right there. And then that could help invalidate that death cross and start reversing back up. So that's XLM. Monitor your risk there very carefully. DGB, we've already got set up within its short-term pattern. It came above a pivot point of 0.084. We know once it breaks that, we should come all the way up to this 926. And then if it breaks out of that, that's when it gets interesting, because then DGB has nothing until you get a little bit higher. There's really nothing. And I can show you, which I think it's important, exactly what we could be dealing with if DGB starts breaking up here. We're going to be looking at that resistance level up top. So we do have a lot of short-term formations put in here for DGB just because we were monitoring the risk from a potential of a overextended bear flag. But fortunately, it's starting to break up through tiers. And then eventually, if we can get through this section, 1, 2, 4 area is going to be where DGB is going to end up coming up. But we've got to break through the short-term momentum here. That's all. And if you break through there, we knew the support underneath. That's why we have to keep it, which is right there. So pay attention to those risks accordingly. And then XDC I'll go to this morning as well. And then we're going back to XRP for a few minutes before I end this update. So XDC is still within a very defined formation. It's actually in the most volatile state. We found a flat support right now around 4.1, but we've got to get past the first layer right now is that 4.56 level. Then we've got this uptrending resistance at 5 cents. You pass 5 cents, you open the door a little bit here for, you'll open the door. You'll break out of what looks like a descending triangle or a bullish consolidation off of what looked like a bull flag if it breaks up. And this could be the start of a cup. If this is the start of a cup for XDC, we've already seen it all across crypto. If this swings up, you'd wait for that entirety of this move, and you could come all the way up to almost 10 cents here, ladies and gentlemen. And we bought XDC at 2.8 cents. So, beautiful spot this morning for our positions. Before I leave, let me go over one more time with XRP what's going on, the fundamentals right now. This is the all-time pattern. If you're new, the all-time pattern goes all the way back to January of 2018 when we started the formation. We did not, so we got rejected in 2018 January. We did not find the support. It took us over 2.5 years, over 2 years, about 27 months, to go from our major resistance all the way down to find our flat support in March of 2020. And now that pattern's been converging since then. So it's been a pattern for the last 6 years in running. And now it's starting to get to its crescendo moments. We have this shorter, so you can see this shorter pattern formation within the all-time pattern. This is what we're dealing with right now on BITUNIX's chart. We came outside of that short-term broadening wedge, so we don't even need to keep that anymore. That's important. Now we need to push above that 200-day as we spoke. And then if we do get above, as we talked about, the 556 level, there's a 60-cent resistance level that is very important, and that is encapsulated on this chart. But before we can even focus on that, we know we've got to get through the short-term chart. So once we get through this, the next major chart we'll be watching is the BITUNIX chart until we get above 60 cents. And then once we get past that, it's right onto this rising channel resistance, as this is the major resistance right now. But as you can see, if you just define the pattern in different time frames, since we came up to the resistance here at roughly 95 cents on the news that retail and or programmatic sales were not world of security when they're being sold, that had that artificial spike up. Then we had fake news here on a fake XRP ETF, which also had a fake spike up, but it helped create that double top area. So now we have to watch. Or I mean, we helped that downtrending resistance. Now we're in a converging pattern. And if this plays true, we need to come up to 60 cents and then we'll rotate out. And the top end up here, if we play the all-time pattern, we're looking to come up near 77 cents. So, and you'd have to break through that to get through the all-time pattern. And then you can start pushing up near all-time highs again. If you break out of the converging pattern that we went over from January 2018, that technical target is right around $1.97 if you break out with it before like June of this year. If it waits until December of this year, which is the end of the pattern, which everybody needs to pay attention. This pattern does end, and we've been talking about it since 21, so it doesn't seem like it. But this pattern finally does converge. Let me get to the right chart. It finally does converge here on December. It's right around my birthday, December 5th. My birthday's on December 17th. This price action ends, and it meets its crescendo point right here in December of 2024. It's actually right around Christmas, so that's why I backed it up a little bit. But December of 2024 is the max crescendo point. And if you bounce off of there, it's not that you're not going to have as big of a bounce, but your first retracement would be a little lower, and then you could have a nice continuation. These are just the first bounces before continuation, so that's why I focus on this. The push up here, if we get out by April of this year, would be right up at about $1.97, and it would retest the highs of 2021. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. If you got anything out of this update, please consider hitting that like button so that we can help or force YouTube to recommend this video and allow more people to see it and grow our audience base. If you do appreciate my work, consider one time a month sending a YouTube super chat, or more importantly, join Tom's Army and help pay it forward, help support the show I love so dearly, and show that you appreciate the time that I put in, because it's an extraordinary amount of time. If you're looking to trade XRP or your favorite crypto, look no farther than the video description below. Look at MEXC. They have 0% spot maker fees and leverage trading fees right now. They lowered it from 0.01 to 0%. And then there's also PHEMEX and or BITUNIX if you're looking for a different way to go. I use those three exchanges so that I don't have to pay the exorbitant spot fees from Uphold. And then if I want to send my stuff to Uphold, I will, as far as XRP or whatever. And then other than that, make sure you keep positivity. Stay in a positive mindset here. We have a lot of stuff going on within the market. It's going to be very volatile, as we see Bitcoin is going volatilely from up and down, up and down. We're at 52,400. We were closer to 53,000 when I started. So make sure you monitor the risk with Bitcoin as well, as right now Bitcoin's next resistance that we're going to try to push past is around that 53,000. That pivot point that we have to get past, that if you get above, you have volatile swings to the upside, is at 53,298. So it's about 1,000 points, just over under 1,000 points from where we're at. So be optimistic, but also be honest with yourselves at what's transpiring at any given moment. Hopefully this update found you well, and the fact that I went through a couple different cryptocurrencies that we're interested in and own helps you as well. Have a blessed morning, everybody, and if you did manage to stay through this until the very end, type in the comments, hashtag be better, do better.